Thank you, Conan. Thank you for sharing. It's powerful and it's important. And I want to honor you. And I appreciate it. I'm the only person of color in slam right now. Yeah?
Yeah. I see you.
And Canada 150 is coming up. And we're all fucking tired. Between the anniversary of my mother's death and randomly receiving a recent photo of my father who I've never met yesterday, and his brother passing away yesterday, all at the same time. He was a man I knew for years, somebody I asked about my father about a lot. And between Aboriginal Day coming up, you already heard how I feel about Aboriginals. They asked for my wish. Canada 150 hired me. They gave me $100 to tell them what my wish for Canada the next 150 years is.
Jesus Christ.
And I'd say, that's a $100 question, Justin. Thank you. That's not an insult at all. And I paid $6 right now to get into this and talk to you because I lost the fucking venue because they canceled it last minute. And my answer was, my wish is for my people to be okay and for y'all to do the fucking research because it's already out there. You should already know the fucking answer.
Yes.
I've illustrated it times before.
Don't you even with the time.
And I never wanted to lose what we had. I hoped and prayed desperately that was sustainable. And I suppose I always said you cannot deny growth and the change that comes with it. And we lost something together. At least I didn't lose you. And for one glorious, gentle moment, we let slip from our tongues the anchors of our souls and felt again what it was like to be free. To regain autonomy within ourselves, more so in a way we find ourselves without all the ropes we've tied to too many dogs, claiming them to be a part of ourselves, more space for her and for them and for him. Because sometimes our oceans feel more like the inescapable, helpless determination of whirlpools than horizons of potential. But today, and thanks to you, our anchors are off. That is to say, for one glorious moment, there weren't any pipelines, no Boydens, no nuclear Skodens, 45th or 150th, and no this. All of this. And anchors away in the ocean of our collective consciousness. That is to say, for one glorious moment, there were no pipelines leaking into it, no Boyden oil rigs sucking its energy and selling it back to us, no nuclear Skodens, that is to say, no 45th, and no new perpetuate to the 150th, and the 500 and counting of the 3,000 MMIWs, my mother in counting, and all of this. And I never wanted to lose what we had. I hoped and prayed desperately that it was sustainable. I suppose I always said you cannot deny growth and the change that comes with it. And his 33rd day is a resurrection of the same cedar-woven crown spirit that has kept us alive and strong for 150 years under the sistacularly patriarchal gate of a red and white woolly mummy stomping on history, claiming a 500-year-old narrative for itself. I promise you it has been promised to me that through blood, sweat, and tears, that with our blood, sweat, and tears, we will reclaim. We will reconcile with the lost time, riding Turtle Island's tracks to Mother Earth's healing embrace. But if all we did in the end was lose something together, at least I didn't lose you. Because we are going to need each other. And I know people have been waiting for me to talk about these things as an artist, but I just couldn't. I I needed somebody else to help me fucking forget it for just one moment. And the society's excuse of a culture makes me feel sorry that this love is not in a form you love or even recognize. That is to say, the invigoration that comes from cultural diversity fades when it's constantly defending itself, when it is never allowed to just fucking be itself.
Yes.
And some days, I don't wish to be the thread of this knot of what was once Dreamcatcher. And I think we've all been cruelly taught that this woolly mammoth meme, that if you were to change or tweak just one single, subtle, liminal thing in your deepest desire, dream, or whack-ass wish, whatever the fuck you're asking of us, becomes a nightmare. And First Nations people were born with this. Then are born from this. And I do not recognize myself. But did Tecumseh? Did Zacchaeus? Did Geronimo, Rex, Small Boys, Sitting Bull, Oz 12, or Crazy Boys? Sometimes I hear their voices. And they can't say full sentences on their own. Till I'm sitting on a cold jail cell floor by myself, and I hear them all at once. Hayatsikuk, son, nephew, or grandson. I'm sorry this isn't a form you love or even recognize. But of everything you honor, I am witness. When you say there's room for love, I am liminal. Naniyaksu sitkuath. Slap spatu naki klimasti. I am you.